gentlemen, Chef Tronic here. It's been a minute since I made a video. I've kind of been just enjoying Thailand and, like working my butt off and traveling and visiting with friends. I've had 2 friends come out, so that's been amazing. So this video is less about continuing my trip in Thailand and more about leaving Thailand. I've had an amazing time here in Thailand. I've had an adventure. I've traveled, I've rented motorbikes, I've explored different beaches, seen different towns, met tons of people, and generally just love my time here. It's been great. But this whole trip has been kind of based on the fact that I work using the internet. I teach kids online. And that's what I want to talk about today a little bit. So many of you know, in China I was teaching at schools in the classroom, and then that, because of COVID, it transitioned online. And I kind of fell in love with the online work. I kind of like the independent nature of it. I like the fact that I could work from home. And it kind of gave me the idea that if I continued this work, but independently, I could pretty much work wherever I wanted to in the world. So that gave me the idea to come to Thailand because I've always wanted to come. So I've been here for almost 2 months now, just coming up on 2 months. And it's been great. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. The traveling aspect has absolutely been my favorite part, obviously. Don't get me wrong, I love teaching, but traveling is one of my life's great passions. I just absolutely love traveling. And I've always made it a mission to experience and see different things and visit different countries and meet different people and experience different cultures. I think it's very important to get out of your bubble and just kind of make the change, and experience different things. It just broadens your world horizon, which I think is so important. So like I said, I've been here for about 2 months and super enjoying it, I should say. But sadly, tomorrow will be my last day in Thailand. Ba-boom-boom, ching. My whole trip was contingent in online teaching. That's my full source of income. And I'm only teaching the children that I was teaching in Beijing. So back in Beijing, I was going into their homes to teach, and here I am doing it online using an online portal called Class In. The portal's been great. The online stuff has been awesome. Unfortunately, due to external circumstances, I've been losing some students. So that's part of the business, I guess. And it's something I didn't really factor into my trip. So I've lost about 4 students. And I originally came with 9 students. So when you lose just under 50% of your clients or your student base, you are going to be in trouble. So that's what's happening. It would be one thing if, so like I said, I'm losing these students due to external circumstances, namely moving countries. 2 of them are from the same family, they moved countries. And another student's moving to a school, an English-centric school, so they don't really need extra English teaching. And then there's one student who is, they wanted an in-person tutor. I understand. There's a value to in-person tutoring that is much different than the value you receive from online tutoring. Some students react a lot more positively to like in-class tutoring, especially maybe kids with slight behavior problems. They kind of need that person to check them in their own space. I found like at least my problem children definitely benefited from me being in their space. And one of the students I lost, which that was him essentially. He just kind of needed me to be there. It's just different. It's completely different ballgame online and in-person tutoring. So that's happened. I lost those students, and my business right now, as it stands, isn't viable financially. And that's upsetting. And thanks to the help of like friends and family, I've been able to like kind of extend my stay a little bit here towards the end of this month. But the reality set in, and I needed to be real about my situation and just kind of admit to myself and to my family and everyone else that it was time for me to come home and like reset and kind of figure out what I want to do next. So that's what's happening. So tomorrow night I'm flying back to Canada, and I gotta admit I have mixed feelings about it. On one hand, I'm really, really excited to go back to Canada. And on the other hand, I'm really kind of just bummed out that it didn't work out here. But that kind of leads me into something I want to talk about, which is mistakes and change. And I've talked about this in another video. I remember talking about change in one of my first videos when I announced that I was coming to Thailand. So that was a big change when I made that decision. And do I have any regrets about making that change? Absolutely not. I think it was still the best decision I ever made. Just the experience alone of operating the business in a different country through a web portal. You can't really pay for that kind of experience. You have to come and do it. So I don't have any regrets at all. Change has been the best. It's still been the best driving force of my entire life. Like I said earlier in a previous video, I'm not afraid of it, of change. I actually embrace it. And I know lots of people in my life aren't that way. So I feel pretty blessed to have that kind of open-minded mindset to just kind of dive into things. But that being said, sometimes when you are that person, you're gonna fail, right? Because you're just taking a leap. But that's okay, because failing is actually, you know, people have this misconception about failure that it's bad. But it's really not. It's how you build yourself up is by failing. So I remember 2 days ago I was in bed just kind of being sad on myself and depressed about what was happening to me and what I did to like my career here, and maybe I screwed it up, and like, you know, my family they're gonna look down on me, and my friends think I'm a bum, or none of that's true. I've talked to all of them. They're proud of me, and I'm proud of myself for, you know, taking the chance and doing it. And I've learned so much from this trip. So when I decide to move into the next phase of my career with the teaching or whatever it may be, I'll know what the things that I need to do to make it work better for myself. So that's very exciting. Another aspect to this too is I get to see my family in like 2 days, which is mind blowing for me, because it's been like 4 years since I've seen anyone. And that's a long time for me. I have 3 sisters at home who would love to see me, and mom and dad as well. So I'm super excited about that. It's going to be very, very exciting. I guess I technically have 48 hours still here, because my flight doesn't leave till 11:55 tomorrow evening. But essentially I'm at the end of my Thailand tour here. So I just wanted to make this video, one, just to say, if you're thinking about making a big change in your life, I absolutely think you should do it. Maybe instead of just jumping into the change, do your research. Just do a little research. I know that my circumstances are a little different. Like, when I had this whole thing budgeted too. So I had it budgeted for 9 students, and then I had, you know, what days I would be getting paid and how I was going to get the money, and, you know, most of that worked properly. But then there was a Chinese holiday that kind of screwed everything up because I didn't factor that into my budget. And then the students started dropping off due to external circumstances, and that also kind of like threw things for a loop. So definitely do your research before you jump into change, but please, by all means, change something. Change something that you want to change. If you're in like a dead-end career that you don't want to be in, absolutely change, because we get one shot at this. We literally get one shot at life, unless you believe in reincarnation, in which case you'll probably come back as a toaster, and it doesn't matter anyway. So make the change. Just jump off the ledge with research. That's my key. So next time I come back, I'll be a lot more prepared, and I'm ready, and I'm still super excited for the next chapter of my life. Guys, thanks a lot for watching my videos. If you like my videos, please click like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. I'm making these videos for me, but I do know that a few people are watching them, so thanks for that. Thanks for your support. And yeah, definitely click like and subscribe if you're into them. And if you do like them but you don't want to do that, that's okay too. It doesn't matter. I'm not here for the money or the fame. I'm just here because I just want to talk. Maybe I need to talk too much. You know what? I think maybe it's the coffee. Anyways, guys, Chef Tronic out.